Good afternoon. My name is Emily Sandifer, and this is my week 5 presentation. Heads up, I will be jumping right into the introduction and moving on to the presentation itself. So let's begin. We live in an imperfect world, and imperfect people surround us every day. Coming from Joyce Meyer's 2019. The concept of this is that you'll always be surrounded by imperfect people no matter what, even if you are in a church. When I was growing up from the age of 12, my family and I were very involved in the church, going to youth camps, conferences, helping clean up, teen activities, etc. if we had the money. It was the type of church you could feel at home if you weren't necessarily coming off the streets. That's what separated the church people to visitors every week. Unfortunately, I've seen this more than enough times. I happened to be one of those people that was a bit separated due to the condition of my family. We didn't have a whole lot of money, but we did our best to attend church every week anyway. We tried to be involved as best as we could, even though our family was a bit dysfunctional, as with every other family, basically, and in some way. And sometimes I ended up going to church by myself. It's just simply how it was. My point is, we weren't perfect, we hardly looked perfect, but we were a family trying our best. Today I would like to persuade the church to be more conscious of how their guests and members are being treated. I'll first be discussing of how no church is going to be perfect, no matter where you go. Whether you're a regular churchgoer or simply a visitor. And then I'll talk about how we can discourage church members from attending if they feel judged in a place where they're supposed to be looking for hope and revival. Finally, I hope to make the church understand that anyone can still be a great use of God. So that brings up the question, has there ever been a perfect church? According to Vader's 2019 article, there has never been a perfect church, never one without compromise, shallow, toxic people, self-serving pastors. In paragraph 2, as wonderful as that sounds, you're going to find yourself more frustrated and disappointed than anything looking for the perfect church, with none of that stuff. There would also be no need for the New Testament of the Bible if the church was perfect. Vader's paragraph 3, he states, if the church has been perfect in the first century, we wouldn't need New Testament books. Yet God used faithful and perfect striving in need of radical forgiveness church in those New Testament books as well. This is so important to keep in mind and have as an attitude. Once it becomes an attitude, you can gear it toward those guests that come to church, wondering what it's like. First impressions are everything, so just be kind. With that being said, the same attitude can encourage people to attend and stay in church, leading them to want to do service. As mentioned earlier, there are different reasons people may leave the church, but the goal is to never discourage guests or even regular members from attending. I can personally attest to this. It's probably one of the few reasons my family and I decided to leave. Minix mentions in his article, paragraph 8, people have conflicts within their family on the job. They shouldn't have to deal with conflict within the church. No church is perfect, but there should be a certain degree of harmony in the church. It's important to have fellow Christians to be able to serve in the church beside you. As one of my good pastors say, it's never the building, the location that make up the church, it's the people. In conclusion, it's important to remember you cannot limit yourself to the perfect church because you're going to end up disappointed. God still uses imperfect people no matter what day and age it is. And always be kind because first impressions are everything. Though there are many regions of lack of attendance, a church shouldn't be a place of conflict outside of the world because we already have enough of that in a person's life. And there are fellow Christians serving beside you, but keep in mind nobody is going to be perfect because we are also human. that's all I have for this presentation. If you guys have any question, comments, or concern, be sure to leave them in the comment box, reply box. I'll be looking to reply to you guys. And thank you for listening to my final presentation. Have a great day.